I'm Jeremy, and I've driven countless cars from around the world. But my passion is exotic cars. The faster, the better.
I'm Chris. I love driving too, but I like a little more comfort and practicality in my ride.
Together, we'll take you behind the drive.
I gotta tell you, I'm liking the color on this one.
So you like the blue, do you?
Yeah, it's kind of got even a little bit of, I don't know, purple in it?
This color in particular is called azure blue.
Would that be in my crayon box?
I'm guessing probably not. In fact, you probably won't find it in many Lotuses. Since 2002, when this car was produced, they only did 4 in this color.
You got one of them.
I got one of the 4.
Wow.
This is what you call a mid-engine automobile. You concentrate the weight mass as close into the center of the car as you can. And by doing that, you do improve the handling. You get as close to a 50-50 weight distribution as you possibly can. As a matter of fact, the Lotus Esprit was the benchmark for handling for decades.
This engine, are we talking V6, is it V8?
It's a 3.5-liter V8. And it develops 350 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque.
A little small for a V8.
Despite its size, it does put out a fair amount of power. How cool is that?
That's another blast from the past. I haven't seen those pop-up headlights in years. I kind of miss them a little bit.
This to me is the classic supercar. Low profile,
Yeah.
very, very low sloping nose, almost no ground clearance, down into a big wing at the back.
All right, it goes fast. Can it stop fast?
As a matter of fact, it can. There's 320 millimeter discs all around. In the front, you have AP Racing 4 piston calipers clamping onto those discs. And in the rear, there are 2 piston calipers, also made by AP Racing. So the car really does stop. Let's take it for a spin.
Let's do it.
I love the engine note in this car. That 3.5-liter V8, really nice sound. Has lots of presence, feels powerful, sounds powerful. For me, if you get on this car really hard, the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. It's just an incredible experience. You know, the nice thing about the Lotus Esprit is that it's a GT car, more Grand Touring car than it is sports car.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, a Grand Touring car is going to give you a little bit more comfort, a little bit more refinement. The car still turns well into corners, still feels confident, and you still get a lot of information from the road, but it's not overwhelming.
They don't make these anymore, do they?
No, you're right. The Lotus Esprit went out of production in 2004. This is the anniversary edition, 25th anniversary car. What I'm impressed with is the quality of the material, the leather, the stitching, everything else. Nothing seems to be wearing. You find that the Esprit is actually a very reliable car. It could be driven daily. In fact, many owners do. But how do you feel in terms of legroom, in terms of headroom?
This car definitely is comfortable. You could spend some time in this car, at least as a passenger. I could ride in this car for a while without feeling too crunched in.
You ready for your shot?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, driver, be gentle.
Don't worry. Here we go, ready?
Yep.
Or maybe not. It's a little tricky there.
A little bit more throttle maybe, but not a lot. And you're clear.
No, we're not. All right, let's try this again. There we go.
All right.
Damn, this is a tricky little gearbox here, I got to say. I mean, I've been driving stick since 16 years old, but damn, this box. Oh, that is a very tricky shift right there.
You know, in the gearbox itself, you'll feel that they're very close. You'll think you'll be in first and you'll be in third.
Oh, maybe that's what happened back there.
Yep. What do you think about the handling?
It seems confident, I would say. Like, I can feel I can get on this one a little bit harder. You know, normally I would be using the gear shift more, but it's almost like it's so much effort to shift gears.
There's definitely a technique to driving the Esprit. The gearbox is a little bit, I believe the term would be notchy. And you can kind of feel in the transition, almost like it binds for a moment before it engages.
It does feel a little bit like it's just and then I guess that's the technical term. Okay. What was that? That was like an angry, like, huff.
Yeah, what you're hearing is actually the wastegate on the turbocharger blowing off.
The wastegate.
Yeah, to prevent too much boost going into the engine when you let off the throttle, the wastegate opens.
Or maybe I'm just being too gentle on it, I don't know.
You don't need to force it. It's just notchy. It's an old gearbox. What do you think of that?
That was great. Are we taking this thing on the track?
Absolutely. What do you think of that?
That seems to move pretty nice.
Well, about midway around the track, you need to watch it. There's a long sweeping off-camber left-hand corner with a late apex. Careful, it upsets the car.
I got this, don't you worry.
Be gentle on her. What did you think of the Lotus?
The one thing that still I can't get over is that gearbox.
Compared to a modern car, it's rough. What did you think of it on the racetrack?
On the racetrack, I thought it moved, but I never felt too bad about pushing it a little harder. I think it might be nice for an afternoon drive, but I think I'd get pretty tired of it if I had to be in there for 5 or 6 hours.
I think this is a great car to go on a long distance trip with. The seats are comfortable, it has a responsive engine and good handling, good suspension dampening, so even though it feels the road, it doesn't bombard you with information. And then on the track, what were you thinking? Let's say corner entry, mid-corner, and corner exit.
It felt good on the track. It felt sturdy enough, but yet it had enough pickup. It was kind of fun to drive on the track because, like I said, every time I went around, I felt like I could push it a little harder and a little harder and a little harder, which it makes it a little more exciting.
I think it's not quite as extreme a car as someone might want for a racetrack. It is a more predictable, more neutral handling automobile, but I think this car is more suited for road use, for your Sunday drives, for your nice weekends away, just to have some fun in.
So lay it on me. What are we looking at cost-wise on this thing?
Right now it could be picked up in the high 30s, maybe low 40s for a really perfect automobile. I think this car is tremendous value for the type of money that they're getting right now. I think it's tough to beat.